Hey guys, it's Jason with Kentucky Sustainable Living. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm shooting a little quick intro to our comms or our convoy class that we did. I hope everybody's had a good weekend, a good Saturday and a good Sunday. But we did a convoy class this weekend at my place. We had an instructor. His name's Bill. He will not be on camera, so the video might be a little bit weird just because we don't have him on camera for security reasons. He does some stuff with the military that he doesn't want to be on camera, so he is not on camera. We're going to break this video up into two parts. The first part is going to be the classroom lecture part. You'll get to see the PowerPoint presentation and a couple videos, and you can hear him speaking and our questions that we're going to do. Part two is going to be actually where we're driving in the vehicles, using our radios, talking back and forth, and then we did a mock extraction to where essentially what it was, our lead element that was on a motorcycle, she had an accident, she was injured, she radioed back to us telling her what happened, so we came in and extracted her, and you'll get to see it in the video, the part two. Like I said, the first part is all classroom lecture that we did at the shop. So I hope y'all enjoy, watch it. There's some really good takeaways from the PowerPoint and Bill explaining everything. Thanks, guys. We're good.
Sweet. All right. Well, hey, guys. Like I said, thanks for getting together here today. My name is Bill Stormfeather. Stormfeather is actually my call sign. That's why you see it everywhere on me and names, stuff like that. As I went into what we were talking about, we're going to discuss convoy operations today, all right? So who am I? I'm a family man, married, we got 7 kids, 7 I know. Career military, I spent 15 years in the Marines, and now I'm working on 12, 13 years in the Army. Getting ready to retire, my retirement packet's in. I was a private security contractor from 2003 to 2008. Started with a company called Custer Battles, Stock SMG, Olive Group, and then my favorite, Blackwater. Great bunch of guys, believe it or not. I'm a prepper. I ain't gonna lie. I was a prepper before I knew what a prepper was. Raised by my grandparents. We had a bait and tackle store. 5 years old, I was out picking weeds out of the garden. You know, planting, harvesting, canning. We had every Wednesday from 5 years old to 14 years old, I went fishing. I thought that's what kids did. I thought every kid had Wednesday off. That was what my grandparents did. That was the day that the shop was closed, so they went fishing on Wednesdays, and I went with them. So my entire scholastic career up until high school, I never went to school on a Wednesday. I just thought that's how it was. I'm going to talk about a way, not the way, okay? One of my biggest pet peeves is when you get guys that are, I'm an expert in prepping, and this is how you got to do it. When the end of the world comes, this is how you got to do it. How do you know? Have you seen the fucking end of the world? Excuse my French. Nobody's seen the end of the world. Some people seem to get pretty close to them, right? So how can you tell someone this is how it's going to be, this is how you got to do it, when you haven't been there and done that? That's my biggest pet peeve with a lot of these SMEs, subject matter experts these days. When I talk about SMEs, subject matter experts, real quick, Selko Begovic. Anybody know who that is? If you get a chance, write the name down or whatever, or ask me afterwards. Selko went through Croatia, Bosnia, Sarajevo when the country collapsed, when they experienced genocide, infanticide, basically everything. The whole country collapsed. The difference between him and everybody else, though, is he kept a diary every day. And he's got 3 books out now. Somebody's like, hey, you should write a book on this stuff. He's like, no one will want to read this stuff. And the high-tier prepper community, it's a Bible. Because it tells you, oh yeah, I saw a woman prostituting herself for a can of corn. I mean, how crazy and how low it can get. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go out today, but snipers were up today. They were just shooting people right up and down the street. So my best friend died right over there. That's what I call a subject matter expert, because he's been there, he's done that, he's got the t-shirt, and he made it through. So that's one of the guys that I like to refer to when I say, you want to talk about a subject matter expert? That's one of them. Myself, Bosnia, Croatia, Somalia, I was in Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines when it erupted. OIF, OEF, I got 7 combat tours. I've been blown up 13 times and been shot 4. I'm still here. I got all 10 fingers and all 8 toes, just like all y'all do. Okay? So that's a little bit about who I am. Like I said, so you understand I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, and I use a lot of language here. So if anybody gets offended, please let me know and I'll tone it down.
Randy's kind of a snowflake, so
He sits like one, yeah. So, let's get into it.
I got crooked over my mouth.
So convoy operations, basically it's a process of moving people and equipment from one location to another. Very simple, but you want to do it quickly and safely. We'll discuss the options, how to conduct these convoy operations, and all the facets that are involved with conducting them. Come on. Play over here. Give me a second while we're loading here. Oh, there's the play. Oh, that's how we can play. Okay, well that's a real pain in the butt now. So what this is April 12th, 2003 in Iraq. There's a guy named James Yeager, Stephen Hunt, and a few others. What these are all top tier retired operators. Delta, Berets, a couple SEALs, a couple SAS guys. Basically, they're doing an escort in Iraq. And I kind of wish this video was showing because that's the whole idea behind it. In the front vehicle is your front lead. The middle vehicle is your principal, your VIP. And the vehicle that's being filmed out of is basically the trail vehicle. A whole team of experienced guys, 12 guys, taken out on a convoy, moving this convoy out. They got stopped because an IED was up front, and they sat there, waited, and ended up taking fire from the right side. 3 guys died on this. 3 top tier operators died, and everybody sit there and goes, why? You have these totally trained guys that are good at their jobs. Yes, they're all good at their jobs, but have they ever practiced together? No, they never have. They were thrown together team. They were all top tier at what they did, but they had never worked together. It ended up costing 3 of them their lives.
And Bill, is it James Yeager tactical response?
Yes. James passed away. Yeah. But yeah, I actually knew him from working over there with him. And was he right and was he wrong? A lot of people give him shit for what he did, and how he reacted and all that. Basically, he got in and drove off. Get off the X. That's what I preach. You can stand around and share bullets all day long. Who wants to do that? I don't. We'll see about getting that video up for you here. So, in the teams, you're going to have multiple tiers of teams. Primary lead vehicle is your number 1 vehicle. We're going to use the big truck here. He's your shot caller, okay? AKA your alpha element. He leads the convoy, he sets the route, he calls out obstacles in your traffic flow. So basically, as he's going down on this, I've got a vehicle coming up on right-hand side on ramp. Got a big pile of something I don't know on the left-hand side. Whatever, I got vehicle oncoming. It's a continual flow of information. He's always putting it out over the radio. Why? So everybody behind him can know what's going on. When he sets the route, he's the one that sits there and he does his reconnaissance beforehand. He actually goes and he drives the route if he can, possibly can. He knows where all the danger spots are, where the ins and outs are. If you got a drone, you got maps, all this stuff all equals into your reconnaissance. Being the shot caller is probably the hardest job ever, because you're constantly on the radio and you're constantly looking, you're constantly scanning. Your driver, he's driving. That's his job. You're on the passenger seat, watching everything that's going on and relaying it back. When he sets the route, basically he's the one that says, okay, boom, we got something coming. And if he takes contact from that vehicle, he has to know where his next exfil route is. Be it a right-hand turn, a left-hand turn, hit the gas, push through, or turn around, flip it, and go back the other way. Okay? Now, your echo element is your flankers. You've got your shot caller here. If you've got a highway big enough, 4-lane highway or a 3-lane, you're going to have vehicles on both sides. Those are your flankers. These are not mandatory to have. These are optional things, okay? Your flankers maintain your side security of your convoy. As you're driving and you're looking at here, you've got your principal vehicle. I'm going to use this cool looking bug thing. He's always going to be in the middle. No matter where he's at, he will always be in the middle. That's your safety. If you're transporting someone or goods, whatever, your principal vehicle will always be in the middle of your convoy. When you come up to intersections, your flankers will come up and you will literally block an intersection. Just get right up there, roll down the window, gun out, hey, how's it going? And as soon as the convoy blades through, you hit the gas and you push right out again. Very simple, very easy to do. Denies access to convoy, so when you're moving down your convoy here, you're coming down and a vehicle's coming in on you, your flanker will come out here and literally block the on-ramps as well as coming on it, and you want to almost block the off-ramps too if you can. Team members, okay, you got your Delta element. Basically your Delta element's your recon element. If you decide to push a recon element out, what I always suggest is using a motorcycle, a dirt bike, an enduro, something that can scoot and get out quick. Most times people on motorcycles don't get messed with, okay? In all the countries I've been in, people riding on scooters and stuff like that, cruising through an area, they're just like, hey, whatever. It's not worth our time because you're not carrying anything. You may have a gun on you or whatever, but if you're carrying a small backpack versus a loaded out ruck, it's not worth stopping you. But your security element can get out ahead, 1 or 2 kilometers ahead, and see what's going on. Hey, there's bad guys sitting at a corner over here. Probably want to keep eyes on that. He's the one that relays all the information back to the spot, to the shot caller. Okay? Your next element, your Bravo element. That's your primary, your convoy body. Said you've got your shot caller, principal. You may have 3 or 4 principals in there. Tail gunner, and your side elements. You guys can stand up and look at this. It makes it easier for you. That's why I kind of want to make it interactive. Yeah.
I like it stationary.
The nice part about your Bravo element is your Bravo element never stops. Never. If that's your people that you're carrying, your supplies you're carrying, medical, armament, whatever, they always go. Your shot caller, your sides, and your tail gunner, those are the guys that are going to break everything up so you can keep moving through. Okay? Your Bravo element also radios back information to the convoy. So if you're traveling, this guy's out a half a mile ahead, he's out here and you're in a wide open space, you're going to spread out. Anybody have an idea why you spread out? So one vehicle doesn't get taken out, the whole convoy can see it. That sounds pretty messed up, but it is what it is. Yep, just like patrolling, just like when you got boots on the ground. You're moving through the woods, you move in nice and tight, you get some dispersion, but we can still have eyes on each other, right? Same element applies with convoy operations. Also, your C2 element, your second in command, will always be in the Bravo element. Okay? Why? When the Alpha gets taken out, somebody's got to take over, right? As long as you got someone that's going to willing to take over, you know, the convoy never stops. Rear security, aka tail end Charlie, you cover the whole ass end of the convoy. So what that means, as this convoy is moving forward, you got your rear element here. Somebody decides to come up from behind you, you can block, you can engage, or you can just slow down and just start doing that rolling roadblock on. We used to do that all the time. We used the MRAPs and stuff to do that. It's great watching a car try to get past an MRAP. You just, what was that? Well, if you got a big enough vehicle, it'll do it. So, delays any approaching traffic from rear also provide your rear-facing security in case of attack from the rear of the convoy. My primary gig was tail end Charlie. Why? I loved it. You eat a lot of dust, but I got to sit in the back of a Suburban, kick the gate open, and I had a machine gun just looking at people. What's up? I dare you. Every now and then one would try, you know. Shout, shove, shoot, 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 shoot. You know, a couple rounds, back off. Nope, okay, I'll just start laying in your tires, laying your engine block. And if you're still coming, I'm just going to Z-pattern your windshield. And then you just keep going. It kind of sounds cowboy, but that's how it was over there back in those days when we were doing this. All the rules of convoy security become the exact same. That's basically what we got going today. Now, the interesting part about Tail and Charlie. So you get contact from the front. You decide to J-turn out, which is basically flip the other way. J-turn, 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 J-turn. Who's alpha now? Yep. Now you become the shot caller. All right, guys, this is what's going on. Boom, we're pushing here. You got vehicles off the left. People have got laced up. They're inside there. They might come out shooting. Push right. The whole convoy shifts right. And you hit the gas and go. So then the next thing is communications with your vehicles. You want to have common with each other, obviously, right? You have common with your base. So knowing that, you got to make sure that the frequencies you're using is common throughout your entire convoy. Most prepper groups we have common frequencies already that you guys use. I get that. I've seen it. I've talked to a lot of guys. Everybody has their own set of common freaks. Great. You know, what works for you works for you. Make sure you have a pace plan in place before you go and test it, before you go Redcon 1. Redcon 1 is ready condition 1, which means we're going out the gate, we're hitting the hard wall. Pace plan, anybody know what a pace plan is? Primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. Primary is your primary plan. Hey, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing. This is how we're going to get there. You're halfway through it, ah shit, that went to hell. Bridge is out. People up there blocking the road, switch to plan B, which is your alternate. If that doesn't work, then you go to your contingency. 2 is 1, 1 is none. Make sure you've got at least 2 plans going on at a minimum. We like to have 4, that's how we roll. Contingency, then from there you go to emergency. A, B, and C didn't work. Okay, well, circle the wagons, death blossom. Anybody know where that's from? Starship? Oh, come on. Death blossoms. We just start shooting every which direction. No matter what you're hitting. Shoot to break contact. So now we'll talk about formations. Your staggered formation is just like it sounds, just like you're doing a patrol. You're alternating left to right, sides of the road, matching speed and distance. So if shot caller is up there and he's got the speed set at 45, everybody should do him 45. Number 2 vehicle, if you're 35 yards from him, everybody should be 35 yards from the vehicle in front of them, maintaining that distance. What happens is if shot caller slows down and everybody doesn't slow down and he doesn't call it out, what happens then? Everybody starts getting scrunched up. When you get scrunched up, next thing you know, boom, bomb goes off. You start taking contact. That's why it's so important for shot caller to sit there and actually call out, hey guys, slowing down, slowing 40, slowing 40, slowing 40. Everybody instantly is slowing down to 40. Single file. One of my personal favorites is basically just single file. The main reason being for that, in my experience, especially over in Afghanistan, they would see us doing staggered. So what they do, they'd set an IED on the left, they go 100 yards and set an IED on the right. Boom, you hit the IED, push, 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 and you're pushing through as a staggered, and number 2 vehicle hits an IED. Now you've got your 2 lead vehicles slowing down instantly or stop. Catastrophic stop. Boom. That causes everybody to bunch up, and then they engage. So single file, it's great because single file, you're in your vehicle's tire prints in front of you. Downside to it, if he hits an IED, you know, you're going through the same area that he just hit. Plus side is you can push him, or you can push him out of the way, or you can keep pushing him in front of you to get off the X. That's one of the things I like. Stopping. Herringbones. Herringbone is facing out 45 degrees. Just like that. Reason being is instead of turning out inwards like this, coming out to a security stop like that, Now you have to turn around and make a complete thing like this. Whereas here, you just drive off. You don't have to come back onto yourself. So herringbone, you pull up to a stop, you instantly go 45 degrees with your vehicle. Make sure that you got enough clearance just to turn right, get right back on path. Now, if something goes bad, all you gotta do is just keep turning the wheel, and you're right back going the opposite direction. Economy of movement. Matching speed and distance, we talked about that already. Redcon 1, PCCs and PCIs. Redcon 1 is when you're ready condition 1, heading out the door, hitting the hardball. Pre-convoy checks, that's conducted by the vehicle driver. Okay, your PCCs and PCIs. Simple, that's it. I look at my guys, I'm like, hey, PCCs, PCIs. Roger, we're up. Are you sure? Yes. How's our water? Oh. Got fresh batteries? Yep. Got an extra set? Oh. 2 is 1, 1 is done, right? So, once your PCCs have been done, PCI, that's the convoy team leader. Shot caller goes through. Vehicle 2, you good? I'm good. Vehicle 3, you good? I'm good. Vehicle 4, you good? I'm good. On down the line to every vehicle in the pack. It's up to the person in charge of that vehicle, the driver preferably, to sit there and go, yes, I'm good, and he's the one that's done those checks. So you've got checks and balances on 2 layers, okay? Vehicle counts. How many vehicles do you have? Does everybody know how many vehicles you have? Souls on board. That's how many people do you have? It sucks if you sit there and you have a vehicle go down and boom, you come up there and you extract the person, get off the X, go. Shot caller be like, what's our souls on board? From the rear, 3, 5, 2, 4. And he's sitting there writing it down, writing it down, writing it down. We have 15. Why am I only counting 14? Where's our 15th body? Souls on board. You know, check again. Oops, we left somebody back in the vehicle. Sucks to be that. It's happened. Now you have to turn your whole convoy around, go back to a burning vehicle and figure out where that other guy is. In my case, I hit an IED. I was in an F-350 gun truck. Split it right in the middle. I went flying through the air, landed on the center median, the concrete medians. I had body armor in. I landed on my back. And I just flipped over and rolled on the other side of the median. Nobody saw me. All they saw was a boom, truck getting split, smoke, flame, flash, snatch everybody, get and go. And I'm laying on the opposite side of the median, out of sight. Souls on board. They realized the count was wrong. They flipped around, came, did a quick search, found me, threw me in a truck. 150 yards down the road, got hit again. I was having a shitty day. Let me tell you, souls on board is important. Commo channels, weapons the day before, right? Make sure you're good. Make sure your magazines were good. Lips on the magazines aren't bent. Everybody's got the, everything they need. Enough ammunition. Your position in convoy. What's my position? What's your position? One of the things I like to do, 1's up, 2's up, 3's up. All you gotta do is just yell it out. Boom, we know, okay, we're making up steps to Redcon 1, out the door, right? Food, water, fuel, spares. How's your batteries? Got fresh batteries, got a second set? All those things come into play. Medical supplies. Now, this is where it gets kind of controversial with a lot of different dresser yard sale. So if you go into my vehicle, my truck, you will see a gas can here, med kit here, med kit here, on the back of the front passenger seat. Weapons stacked in the middle, so when I'm driving, I can grab my AR, go straight out the window. He can grab his, we go straight out his window. That's how we like to do ours. Now, if a vehicle goes up, gets broken down or whatever, gets contact, I go run into your vehicle, where's your med kit? Check, 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 check. That's why I say, does everybody's vehicle look the same? Or they approach it, hey guys, put your gas cans on your left-hand side, rear somewhere, your medical bags on your right-hand side in the rear somewhere. Have an idea, okay? Yard sale? Where is it? MREs. I need an Israeli bandage. Not gonna work. Okay? So yard sales, some people insist on a yard sale. Me, I like to have a little bit of semblance, so if I go to any vehicle, I know exactly where stuff is. Okay? That's how it is in our group. I'm teaching a way, not the way, right?
And we did the same thing on the patrolling class. The rucksacks, you know, ponchos are in the middle pocket.
Yeah.
You have everything's in, so I can go in the dark, and I know exactly where your MRE is, or where your ammo is, or your water.
Does that
It's
work?
all- oh, absolutely.
So why wouldn't you put that to your vehicles? Then?
Absolutely.
Pretty simple concept. Some people just look at me like, what kind of voodoo math are you talking about? Like, it's not hard. But some people just don't get it, but they got plenty of guns and ammo. I'm like, how's your fresh water? Yeah. What are you going to eat? You got 37 rifles, all look the same. That's sexy. 8,000 rounds, awesome. What are you going to eat? Like I said, that's what's your SOP. It's your guys' group. You figure it out amongst yourself what works best. Okay. React to contact. My favorite. You're driving along, world's gone to hell, going over to your buddy's house, got a medical thing going on like we were talking about. Boom. You're driving, some assholes on the side of the road start shooting at you. Vehicle one takes contact. Blowout right front. What do you do?
Well, first thing, as soon as you, because you won't hear it, all the other vehicles, you might not hear all of a sudden that
If
contact.
you're spaced out, yep, you are correct.
And you're not gonna know, is it contact right, contact left? You're not gonna know, so you have to call out to the other vehicles that contact right.
Shot caller, right?
Right.
Now, here's what we did, because a lot of times when you're in the middle of it going crazy, hit your blinker. Contact right, signal right. That's why we never use blinkers when we're doing our convoys. We're calling out for turning right. We don't need the signal right. So if I see a blinker right, instantly, contact right, guys, contact right.
Yeah.
Contact left, hazards, ocean. Hazards is basically you're getting it from both sides. So great use of blinkers, you know? Why do you need a signal turning right when shot caller's already said we're turning right 100 yards, right?
I've been doing that for years. Never knew. I never use my blinkers. But
You are certified!
I've never shot at, so
So now that you've got your contact, boom, his right front tire's blown out, windows are shattered, friggin' driver might have caught around, friggin' his shoulder, face, head, whatever. What do? You come up, next vehicle's gonna come up on him. If you go by the rule, get off the X, what I do is I go right up to his bumper, get up on him, and start pushing him off the X. Get off the X. Because you don't want to be on the X when bullets are flying at that X. That's the bullseye. Get off the bullseye. If vehicle's so broke down or whatever, and they can't, then we're going to do basically a blocking maneuver element. You have a vehicle that's broke down, boom. Contact's coming from this way. Number one vehicle's going to come in and block just like that. Basically, you can go straight in, make sure you got enough ass to push him out of the way if you need to. But now you're taking contact from here. Number two vehicle's going to come in just like that. Number three's going to come over and push up to here. Exit away from the bullets. So if bullets are coming this way, don't get out this side. Okay? Oh, sorry.
oh, you're fine.
Yeah. Bullets are coming this way. Don't be getting out on this side. In that first video, that's the first thing you saw was people getting out on the bullet side.
So,
Why would you do that? Why go into the bullets? If you can just move your ass over, get out, bro, and go out the opposite door. Now you've got a full metal vehicle between you and bullets. That's what I want. Okay? Comes out here, you come in this side away from the bullets, and you extract your people. Closest vehicle is going to be this guy. You dump them either into the back of the dead, back seat, wherever. You just get them in there, and then you guys push out. Quick and easy. Literally a react to contact when the vehicle gets stopped. You can pull up 3 vehicles, get up on there, and all the time it takes for you to get out, open doors, grab them by whatever you can grab them by, beard, chin, whatever, grab them and just start pulling them out and chuck them into a vehicle and get off the X. The rest of the vehicles, what are you doing?
Return fire.
Return fire, all right?
And
Because if
really-
you can keep
really
their
only
heads
worry-
down, that keeps your people safe.
You really only worry about your people in that
Yep,
situation.
that's all I worry about. Because Joe Stranger, is he helping me out? He's gonna say, thank you maybe if I save his ass. What does that do for me? Kind of cold, but that's kind of the way it is. So you stop and react, you engage or break contact. Mine is basically if a vehicle goes down, we're going to stop. A couple people are engaging, everybody else is extracting them bodies, getting them into the vehicles, and you're breaking contact. Shit and get. Recovery of personnel and equipment. Say that vehicle goes down and it's got some radios in it. Got weapons in it. Stuff that all can be used against you. Now they've got your frequencies. Now they can listen in on you, whether you realize it or not. Once you break contact, you got out, you've taken care of your medicals. Up on equipment, shot callers, calling that. Where we at on equipment? Sensitive items, radios, weapons. Everybody got the radio? I'm down to radio. Where's your radio? Back in the vehicle. Do you go get it? Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Dependent, yeah.
What we always did, took our recon element, our fast mover. Here you go, bro. 2 frags. If you ain't got frags, Molotov cocktail. Race by, get behind the vehicle, chuck Molotov cocktails or frags in, and go.
Well, go.
Yep.
I've done that too. I got
Blow in place.
Get the people out. Drop
Yep.
them, go.
Yep. Real easy to do. That's how I do it. I don't like risking lives to get equipment back. It's not worth it. Okay? Because you can always build, make, buy, steal, beg, or borrow more equipment. Get off the axe. Let's please play. This one might play. Oh shit.
It's living.
Okay. I want you to listen. That's the big part. He's listening to Walk the Line. They wanted to turn right down the street right here. Right there, sorry. Okay, we'll go around. He's calling out people out down the street from here. No, we're done. We're out of here. Watch by the light pole. Herringbone shoot, good. And he starts laying down fire, keep their heads down, and gets out of the way. Probably the best part is watch the driving. Everybody's freaking out, everybody's running. Tail end Charlie became what? Shot caller. Shot caller became what? Tail end Charlie. This is Route Irish. The majority of the videos that you'll see for PSD, stuff like this. I love this part. In traffic, not a problem. I have a vehicle that's big enough. Push them out of the way. It's called Route Irish. We're part of the Route Irish racing team. Route Irish, if you know anything about the war zone in Iraq, every major highway had a name. Tampa, Michigan. They all had names. Route Irish was the main route leading from the green zone, the safe spot, to Iraq International, Baghdad International Airport, through Indian territory, basically. We would get an average of 12 IEDs a day. And we made 3 runs a day. And you'd sit there and he's going down the freeway, just halt. And you're looking at some dude and he's digging up an IED and he'll wave at you. You're like, what? Is he? But you're going so fast, you can't get around enough fast enough shoots. So what do? Hey guys, we mark it on the map. We got our blue force trackers, our computer screen that sit there and mark IED being planted here. So everybody in the area knew there was an IED because they look on theirs and they could see what everybody put up. But it was that's how quick they would happen. You would just see them like an ID go off, everybody clear out, and you see a guy going out to the hole and putting another one in. It was ridiculous. So we finally just closed it off, put snipers up on billboards, up in minarets, and late at night you just sit there and just hear, and they would just, every time they come out to bury something, they would just shoot.
Saw that motherfucking rag-headed fucking bastard come out and go back around that corner. I thought about getting out and standing there so we come back and shoot that motherfucker.
He hated him over there.
He was very irate
He was
about
over there
that guy.
bouncing anyway.
So you said you went out for like 3 runs a day. What are you doing?
You basically, so all VIPs, senators, dignitaries, congressmen, vice presidents, whatever, they all flew into Baghdad International, which was not the safe spot.
You have to get them.
Drive to the green zone.
Baghdad International was safe because we had troops all stationed there, but once you went out the gate, you had to get 17 miles back to the safe zone. Everything in the middle was Indian territory.
Right.
So you just had to
So
drive.
you're just like transporting people back and
Yeah,
forth.
transporting people back and forth multiple times a day. The congressman came out, was like, I just want to see what it was like. Give me over here. I got to meet with so and so. Met with them. Okay, let's get back to the airport. You're like, that was
So they
45
just come to
minutes.
see what it's like and put all those people's lives in danger.
All the time. So that's the quick down and dirty on convoy ops. Real quick down and dirty. What kind of questions do you have? Don't be shy. The only dumb question is the one that's not asked.
A lot of it's techniques.
It is.
Remember, we've talked TTPs, tactics, techniques, and